Scream, one of the greatest horror movies ever to be made, with a really good sequel actually. Not Scream 3. But this whole premise of the actual killings going on in the town that was happening in the first one is actually a really cool plot. They could have done a lot with that, and overall the whole premise was kind of wasted with poor acting. And when I say poor, it was straight up terrible. With David Arquette, he was awful in this film, like genuinely awful. I was watching it and there was a scene, Sydney, don't come for us. The three main characters in it were probably the least interesting things in the film. There was a few characters in the fake cast for the Stab 3 film that were a lot more interesting and funny and more entertaining than Gale, Sydney and Dewey. When a film has better supporting cast members than the actual three actors, that is really bad. Carrie Fisher was in this film, and that was great to see her. Unfortunately, she passed away a few weeks ago, and I had no idea she was in this film, so I was watching it and she showed up for literally the most random cameo ever to be filmed. But it was really cool just seeing her in a film, and it was quite funny actually, that scene. So Bishop from Aliens was in it, which was really cool to see him as well. Randy from Scream 1 and 2 was in it, and he gives the tips for how to survive the Scream movies in the first two films, so he does it again in the third one, but he acknowledges the fact that he's dead, because he's like, if you're watching this, then I'm definitely dead and I didn't survive the second one. And that was really cool, because he was my favourite character out of the first two films. And one of the best scenes out of the entire franchise was in this movie, where, I don't know the name of the person who plays her, but it was Sarah. Spoiler alert, she dies, she gets killed off, but the lead up to her death for that 10 minutes was the best scene in this film. One of the best scenes in all three of them. It was just funny. And the killer, although I won't tell you who it is, the motivation was quite poor. It seemed like they wrote the film without knowing how they were going to wrap it up, because not only did they choose some random character to be the killer, which I won't spoil, the character, I did not suspect him because he had no real relevance really, and he added a really, really random tacked on ending that really didn't fit with the rest of the film. And the first two had the good motivation, they had the realism. In this one, they just kind of was like, oh, how can the killer be added into this film to make it relevant? And the best thing they could have done to this franchise, but they need to make Dewey the killer in one film. He would be the perfect killer, so I want Dewey to be the killer. I know it will annoy a lot of people, but it will make me happy, so please make Dewey the killer. Overall, I will say that this film was nowhere near as good as the first, nowhere near as good as the second, but it was an entertaining watch. You won't really remember this film, I don't think, apart from maybe that Sarah scene, because it was really funny. But other than that, the film got 3 stars. Sure, it had its good parts and it had its bad parts, and the middle part was really boring, but overall it was an entertaining horror comedy, I guess you can say. Didn't fit with the first two films, and is definitely the weakest of the franchise. I don't know, it's 4 yet. So yeah, what did you think? What would you rank the Scream films? I haven't seen the fourth one yet, but I would definitely rank them 1, 2, and then 3. I still really did like 2, I've got a review on it. Leave it in the description if you want to check it out, and I will see you guys in the next video.